Hi, everybody, welcome back to Ox Talks. Thanks for tuning in to the show today and listening to this topic, which I think is very important for everybody, not just the younger generations to which it's kind of discussing, but to everybody, because we all have younger siblings, maybe we all have kids, grandkids, whatever. And this is very important. Before I start today, thanks for sharing the videos with people as far and wide as you can. Thanks for liking the videos, hitting the thumbs up. And please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed so we can continue to grow the community, okay? A lot going on, we all know. So do you guys remember years ago, there was a commercial used to come on TV all the time. I think it was like the Lending Tree or something, and you had that guy on his nice electric lawnmower. They showed a nice, beautiful home with a green lawn and all the toys and all the window trimmings, if you will, right? And like the guy was living his best life, and then he comes on and says, "I'm in debt up to my eyeballs." It was something like that. Comment below if you guys remember that commercial. I'm in debt up to my eyeballs. And he's smiling, and he's just tapped out, but trying to look good for the neighbors, living in a nice neighborhood, and probably everything was on credit limits, credit cards. So let me break into today's story out of CNBC today. Gen Z and millennials are increasingly doom spending. Here's what it is and how to stop it. I did a video on this doom spending idea that's kind of gone viral on, I think, TikTok and some of the other, social media sites about this doom spending. I did a video, I think, about 4 or 5 months ago on it, but I wanted to revisit this because it's, again, showing how the shift, the mental shift about money and finances in this country is not happening. And you would think that it would be, with all of the bad news coming out, all the bad economic news that's unfolding over the last year, 2 years, relative to closures, bankruptcies, people in trouble, all the data we hear about people being indebted, to the max on their credit cards. We have the highest amount of credit card debt in the country, all-time high, right? But I don't know, is it rubbing off on anybody? Is it rubbing off on the Gen Zs, the millennials? Are they even paying attention, or are they just swiping the credit cards? And, we talk about these being future generations, in this country, of people that need to have financial responsibility, understand money, have a good and healthy relationship with finances and money. And I just don't know if it's actually happening. When you hear and you read stories like this, says people are splashing out on luxuries like travel and designer clothes instead of saving, in a trend that's being characterized as doom spending on social media. Doom spending is when a person mindlessly shops to self-soothe because they feel pessimistic about the economy and their future, according to Psychology Today. So they're saying it is a self-soothing technique. So I guess if you're taking this at face value, these people do understand what's going on with the economy, but instead of making the let's say, correct choice, so they don't end up like a casualty or a statistic or another bankruptcy case, that instead they're going out and doing the exact opposite thing of what they should be doing. All right. It says young people are chronically online and feel like they're constantly receiving bad news. These young people are then translating these bad feelings into bad spending habits, according to this author. In fact, 96% of Americans, it says, are concerned about the current state of the economy, and more than a quarter are doom spending to deal with the stress. An Intuit Credit Karma survey of over 1,000 Americans found in November of 2023, so only about 10 months ago, right? Over 25% are out recklessly spending to somehow cope with the fact that things are economically in turmoil in this country. It says high levels of inflation and political uncertainty make it very difficult to rationalize saving money. Think about that. This author says high levels of inflation and political uncertainty make it very difficult to rationalize saving money. Shouldn't it be exactly the opposite? Shouldn't it make it difficult to rationalize not saving money? Fernandez, there's a guy gives an example in this article. Fernandez said that this one person, she was spending carelessly on clothes and travel despite the fact that she was earning less money than she does now. It was largely because she felt like she couldn't afford to buy a house. So again, I don't understand. Leave your comments below. What am I missing here? I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but this person said because she couldn't afford to buy a house, she's went and spent her money carelessly on clothes and travel. So what she's basically, solidifying her fate is she'll never be able to buy a house, right? When this does reverse, when house prices start to come back down, when the inventories can start to flood the market, and there are opportunities, which there will be. This is the last person that's going to be able to take advantage of it because she's been racking up debt on stuff that she didn't need. She even uses the word careless spending. Again, sorry I'm on a little bit of a rant here today, but I see this stuff and it's sad. Only 36.5% of adults, it says globally, feel like they're doing better now than their parents financially, while 42.8% think they're actually worse off than their parents. According to CNBC's International Your Money Financial Security Survey, conducted by SurveyMonkey, which questioned 4,342 adults globally. It says the generation growing up now is the first generation that's going to be poorer than his parents for a very long time. So what are they doing about it? Instead of saving, instead of trying to learn from others' failures and mistakes and watching channels like this and watching other channels or this channel and channels like this to actually learn and gain some knowledge about finances, about money, and what not to do. Instead, they're out just being reckless, irresponsible, and basically digging the hole deeper for themselves, a hole that many will never be able to get out of. If you're paying 22, 23, 28, 30% on your credit cards on interest right now, I mean, you're never going to pay that debt off. I hope you understand that, unless you truly get a windfall. It says the sense of trying to escape. We always talk about excuses. People are always making excuses, right? They're always the victim. They're never in control of their own circumstances, their own destiny. They're always putting their head in the sand, right? It seems to be the American way a lot, right? Irresponsibility. Says David Goel, a 25-year-old startup founder living in Silicon Valley, said he was a doom spender when he worked as a product manager at a biotech startup. The habit originated, he says, from a sense of dissatisfaction with his work, as well as peer pressure, he said. It's just all the sense of trying to escape. Goel, who used to spend lavishly on designer clothes, the latest technology products, and going out for drinks, says doom spending is very common in the Silicon Valley. Okay. He said people will buy 2 or 3 brand new cars. And the reason why is because they realize that saving up for a house is going to take a very long time. So they will spend on other different items instead. And again, what he's committing here to and basically solidifying is that those that do that will never be able to save up for a house, right? So instead of taking a long time, being smart, saving some money, being intelligent with your buying, you go out and you just buy everything up, swipe the card, pay now, pay later, and then hope for the Hail Mary down the road. It does not work that way, folks. I think most of us know that. Finance lecturer Bergstrom stressed the importance of understanding how your relationship with money, your relationship with money, if you want to overcome doom spending. These attitudes stem from a person's upbringing, whether they were rich or poor, for example, how their family managed money and who controlled it. So again, saying that you're going to pattern off what your parents did. I don't totally believe that, because I've looked at some of my parents' financial decisions over the years, and I have, as an adult, as a parent and a provider, done exactly the opposite for many reasons, right? So it depends on, I guess, your situation, whether you are a strong or a weak person, whether you can think for yourself, or whether or this mentioned peer pressure, whether you're just being led around by others and trying to impress others. If you are in that trap as a young person, get out of it now. Start staking your claim, make your own decisions, but be smart. There's nothing smart about getting into debt for items that have really no return, have really no value at all, designer clothes, things like that. Come on, guys. I mean, there's no asset there, okay? So she says, what did this author, I thought this was important, I want to share it before I cut off here for the day, suggestions on what you can do to get out of kind of this spiral, this doom spiral or doom loop, if you will. Rosenberg explained that online shopping aggravates the doom spending issue, but looking at items in person may prevent impulse purchases. The extra decision points like choosing the store or extra decision points like choosing the store, traveling there, evaluating the item in the flesh, and then having to stand in line to buy it, it says will help you slow down and think more critically about your purchases, she says. Additionally, setting up mobile banking notifications creates an extra pinch of pain when you see the transaction authorizations coming through. Rosenberg also recommended maybe going back to using cash, which we know is on the serious decline right now. Seamless payment methods like Apple Pay and Google Pay increase the risk of mindless spending, she said, because it's so quick and easy. They bypass the emotion associated with purchasing decision process or the purchasing decision process. They also eliminate the pain of handing over money, Rosenberg said. You have to increase the pain of paying, she added. I think all those are very legitimate points. And if you are doing this, maybe rethink your approach and stop going online, stop clicking. One of the worst things I ever did for my mom, I'll share a personal story, was to buy her a computer. My brother, sister, and I thought that if we got her a computer, it'd help her. She's alone. She could go online, look at photos that we would send her, read up on news, things like that. And guess what? Instead, she started going on those shopping channels, right, and clicking away. And let's just say, without going into too much detail, it's not been a good result for her. The biggest regret I had, and this is not a Gen Z or a millennial, this is an 82-year-old woman, but the biggest regret I had was buying my elderly mother a computer, because it definitely has backfired. So I'll leave it there today, a bit long, 12 minutes. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. God bless. I'll talk to all of you soon. Have a good day. Bye.